What has life been like since March 12th at about 11 a.m. when I sent an email to our entire community pre-K through 12th grade that we were all going home for a couple of weeks? I still kind of wish that it was only a couple of weeks.
We have learned to adapt, and it's made us better. And I believe that we have become a better and stronger community from what we've learned.
This is our home field advantage, right? We're Jews, so education is kind of the thing that we do.
You go to school for 5 years after college to become a rabbi, and nowhere in the curricular material is there a course on how to operate a 1,600 family synagogue with 2 schools from your living room.
None of us want to be doing this, and none of us were built to be doing this. Teachers were forced to be even greater superheroes than they already are.
VILT gives you new superpowers. VILT, what it actually means is virtual instructor-led training. So what is now possible that wasn't possible?
We were able to turn all of our annual milestone events for our students into these incredible virtual gatherings that actually, from a positive side, brought in family and friends from all over the planet.
And it turns out we can make the wedding just as beautiful and just as meaningful in a digital format than we can in person.
I never knew how to charter an airplane before March 15th of this year.
If you turn up that entertainment knob all the way to 10, then that tends to create engagement and community. If you create experiences for people to interact with each other, that creates community as well. This idea of beginner's mind. This is the whole idea of starting from first principles.
We really took to heart the idea of physically distanced but socially connected.
I can't watch Harry Potter for the 100th time since the middle of March. So what is there to do? People are looking for content. They're no longer hesitant to have online learning.
So think about where the learners are, where your participants are coming in.
We're finding people participating from all around the state of Florida, from California, from DC. We've had people from Canada, from London, England, all over the place.
And what will make it good for them? That could mean a clear email or explanation, making sure that people who need help with Zoom get help with Zoom, hand-holding where it's needed, whatever it is.
Amidst all of the Zooms and computer, we needed to have one-on-one time with people. Every single person is receiving constant contact from rabbis, teens, and members of the leadership.
You can have those type of connections, even in a Zoom type of format, as long as you leave the time in for the kibitzing.
Very traditional classroom is you come into a lecture, and the sage on the stage is talking to you and telling you things, and the thoughts in their head go into your ears and they go onto your notebook. Flip in the classroom saying that maybe the best way to deliver content is not with a lecture of someone talking to you, but it's people watching a video ahead of time.
Our teachers were forced to think differently, think more creatively, figure out how to do things when students might not have materials in their hands, when parents are trying to juggle jobs.
They're no longer hesitant to listen to an author or a speaker or anything like that virtually.
One extreme of learning is that you have the world's best lecturer delivering content, and then you have guided interactivity. There's no cost to duplicate this for 100 people versus 1,000 people versus 1,000,000 people. So why not go for the best person in the world?
We actually partnered with a tour guide in Israel who every other week now is doing live tours and streaming it for us, with us, so that people can actually go on the tour as if they were in Israel.
Our students were able to continue working with our team in Israel via Zoom, and obviously it's not the same thing as doing the hikes and eating the falafel. But they were able to continue that educational piece in a way that brought meaning to them.
It's about looking at who you are as an institution and then trying to figure out how do we change the delivery while staying true to our values.
We had been moving and diving into project-based learning in some really phenomenal ways. The beauty of moving to this remote world is that most of our teachers then didn't have a choice anymore as it related to it. And some amazing PBL learning has taken place.
Brevity, keep it brief. Levity, make it fun. Repetition, hammer your point home again and again. Silliness is fun. Surprise is fun. It was a little silly when I got you all to stand up at the beginning of this call to stretch.
I want to emphasize the YouTube piece and the opportunity to create your own YouTube channels. They're really easy to do, and you don't have to make these 30-minute YouTube videos.
I think, a whole lot more tools in their tool belt. It makes it exciting, but the biggest thing is the teachers, all of us, need to not be afraid of it, need to not be afraid to jump in.
I think the secret sauce is that teachers have to be able to do this and do this well.
My response to every parent who liked to send me those emails in the middle of March, like, I never wanted to be a homeschool educator. I'm like, you're still not. You're a crisis educator right now. Please let the teachers continue to teach.
How do you deliver? And I'm going to call it three things. There's the platform that's entirely virtual. There's the platform that's entirely in person. And I think that there's going to be a middle ground where the content is provided virtually, but in small groups together in person. We have to be prepared to address all three of them.